Alright everyone, Jake here again doing chapter 285 of My Hero Academia. Where we left off last week, we got some Bakugo development and we got to see Deku going all out using 100%. Between Bakugo and Deku talking, it's kind of implying that Deku's basically sacrificing himself. As you know, back in season 3, when, you know, Deku had used his arms against Muscular, they were saying about, his arms being fucked up. And that if he did it like 2 or 3 more times, that he'd probably lose feeling in his arms, or like basically not be able to use his arms. So we know that it seems like we're about to get the payoff of that setup that's been there for so long about him using his arms. I don't know if that'll happen this chapter. That might be something that happens like at the end of the arc, but we will see. But anyways, let's get right into it. Oh, and by the way, I am reading the scans again this week. Like I said, typically I do read the scans, but last week, since the official came out on Friday, I just did it then. I did the official. But, it's just like for me, like it's hard for me to keep avoiding spoilers for so long, so I always have to do the scans on Friday. So I am reading the scans right now, even though this video is probably going up on Sunday, just because that's usually when I have time to edit it. Oh, look, they're actually bringing it up right now. The thing I was talking about with the doctor talking to him, I'd give you 2 or 3 more times, but if you keep getting injured like this, you may permanently lose the use of your arm. Holy dude, that impact though. You just punch the shit out of Shigaraki and Shigaraki's flying back, like you just see the like air, like the ripples in the air, dude. Holy shit, did Deku do that? Like if you look, holy shit, you see even the buildings are shattering a bit. Is Bakugo even going to be able to get Endeavor up there with that kind of power? That was a blitz of 3 blows. Oh, he's going in again? Oh no. Detroit Smash! Bro, he is... Wyoming Smash! Oh no, he's going out. Wyoming Smash! St. Louis Smash! Dude, bro, Deku's arm's done. I think it's done. The damage is exceeding my regenerations. If I don't focus on defense, I'll probably be blown away. If these heroes hadn't pushed me to my limits, no. This incomplete form inside, this power is simply in the way of my dream. Oh! Is he gonna try to steal it? That's what this power is for. What's about to happen? He's reaching out. Texas Smash! Whoa! Look at that clash in the air. Holy shit. How are they supposed to get near this? Like, Bakugo's trying to get Endeavor up there. Dude, is his arm... Did Shiggy... I thought Shiggy might have been trying to steal it, but now that I'm looking at it, maybe he's doing, like, that air cannon thing that he was doing earlier. Bro, look at his arm. There must be something, a quirk to deal with this kid. Find it. That's incredible. No, he's gonna get destroyed at this rate. Oh, Bakugo's worried. He's using his legs and air force to avoid the recoil while already controlling several quirks. Deku's pulling every move he's learned until now just to keep Shigaraki in the air. Since he couldn't completely take him out with the first attack, it's turned into a war of attrition, just wearing each other down. In that kind of situation, there's no way he can hold out against a guy with regeneration. Within minutes, he'll get his ass kicked and his power stolen. Todoroki, you finished yet? Yes. But what? Shut up and grab on. Ooh. Come on. Endeavor, hold off on the fire. I'll make sure you get up there. Todoroki, keep Endeavor cooled off as long as possible. Oh, it's the tag team. I'll use my greatest firepower to bring him down. Leave it to me. But your kids take care of each other. Damn, Rocklock's like, fuck, what am I doing? I'm a pro hero and I can't do shit with these. What am I saying? I've already acknowledged those kids as heroes. Okay. Oh, he's bringing Todoroki too. Oh, he's bringing Shota. Oh, yes. Aim for when Black Whip is completely extended. When I head up there, you two return to the ground or you'll get caught up in it. Midoriya, hold on. Boom. I don't want to speculate and talk about things I'm not sure of. Because he's the one who basically created One For All, right? Isn't it? He's also got multiple quirks. That makes you the same as him. Even if One For All is some sort of cursed power. Interesting. So that's what Bakugo is taking about the whole talk. Oh, and he's thinking back to when he bullied Deku from his perspective, standing over him. One for All is Deku, or there's a flashback of All Might holding someone that he saved. And flashback of Bakugo, Deku, and them cheering him on. I'm not gonna be your worthless punching bag, Deku, forever. Kacchan, I'm the Deku who always does his best. Damn. That, like, silhouette of, like, Deku, like, all dark and... Damn, all this shit is running through Bakugo's head. Right? Black Whip's fully extended. Deku's fucking madman mode. His eyes are blanked out and shit. Alright. Now! Endeavor... Oh! There! He grabbed onto him! And... Get down! You... Prominence burn! Oh! Oh, Shigaraki. Oh, what's happening? Come. Why don't you hand your body over to me, Tomura? Oh, fuck. They're doing the thing. Oh! All for One's trying to take over Shigaraki's body. I haven't scrolled down, so I don't know. I don't think this is the end yet, but I gotta stop here. So we've been talking about this, about we think that All for One's gonna try to take over his body. And and I really hope, like, potentially he's about to hand it over now. But ultimately, I need Shigaraki. Like, I'm okay if it happens right in this moment or whatever. But ultimately, Shigaraki needs to, like, control it himself. Like, I'm thinking that Shigaraki's gonna kill AFO once the prison break arc ever happens. So this is what All for One was playing. But I still think... hold on, let's just keep reading. Endeavor looks like maybe a little shocked. Endeavor! What just came... What just came out the back of Shigaraki? Something just came out the back of Shigaraki, potentially? Something just pierced right through Endeavor. How come you won't die? Oh! Is it that the thing that Endeavor was doing? I mean, not Endeavor. All for One was doing, you know, he had the finger, like, when he was trying to, like, activate Kurogiri's quirk and shit, you know, when he would, it's like his fingers extended out in the black with the red lines and shit. I think that's what this is. What is that? It's not even words, it's like a tenor. Little brother. Oh, no. AFO's taking over. But... Oh, no. At that moment. Oh, no. Without thinking, my body simply moved on its own. Number 285. Katsuki Bakugo. Rising. Oh, fuck. And I just last week, I saw someone talking about this, about what if Bakugo's body moved on his own to reflect Deku saving Bakugo in the start of the series. Oh my fucking god. Bakugo can't die. I refuse to believe. Bro, Bakugo pulled the deck. Holy shit. Holy shit. There's no fucking... Bro, my heart kind of like stopped. Holy shit, dude. Bro, I'm kind of speechless. That is fucking amazing. Can you... Oh my god. When that happens in the anime... Dude, I'm just kind of at a loss for words right now. Like, I don't even know what to talk about. That whole ending is just... Okay, so... I do want to kind of have a discussion, but it's just kind of hard right now because, like, that ending is just, like, that shit, like, hit me way more than I was Well, I mean, I wasn't expecting anything because I didn't know what was going to happen, but that shit just hit me, and it, like... Okay, the main thing... Oh, shit, I can't even, like, figure out what the words I want to say to talk right now. Okay. I don't think, like, honestly, it's like the way I am right now. I don't think I'm gonna be able to talk about this ending just because, like, it's still just like I'm processing it. The one thing I do want to talk about with this chapter is the stuff with All for One and Shigaraki. So it seems Shigaraki has given over control to All for One. Now, I am fine with that if that is like this in this moment, like as long as Shigaraki gets control back, because there's this part of the fandom that basically is convinced that Shigaraki won't be the endgame villain, but All for One will, and part of that is that they're thinking that Shigaraki's body is gonna get taken over like All for One, like it just did now. I am still in the belief and still holding out hope that while yes, that is what it seems like All for One's doing, that Shigaraki will destroy All for One and take over, and like it will truly just be Shigaraki. Shigaraki's been built up so much that if All for One just returns to being the main villain, it's going to be kind of a disappointment. So ultimately, I would very much prefer if Shigaraki, by the end of this, takes control back. I really hope that if there is a prison break arc where Shigaraki and All for One come face to face, that Shigaraki will just kill All for One. Now, the question is, All for One's taking over Shigaraki right now. But is it a vestige of All for One that lives inside of the quirk that's taking over, or is it like legitimately AFO sitting in jail kind of in like a mind thing that's taking over Shigaraki right now? Like, I definitely think it is something to do with the vestiges, but my question is if AFO were to die, would this stuff that's still happening in Shigaraki's head be happening? That is the question. I am okay with it happening for right now, especially because I think this right here of All for One taking over in this moment is going to be the trigger that makes Shigaraki realize that he's going to have to kill All for One. Holy fuck, this chapter, dude. I can't wait to read this again on Sunday with the officials. Like, that art is going to look so good. And, yeah, I went back it was like I said, the scans, the quality of the images isn't always that great. There was a pic, it also is just like the angle, I guess, where it looked like Deku literally lost his arm, where it was a part where, what it was is that the way the black whip looked, part of it looked like bone at the end of his arm, but I think it was just because, like, the drawing was so small that his arm just was kind of back in a weird way. But, bro, the way this shit is all, like, this is why, like, as long as I really feel like he's gonna stick the landing, is like, as long as he sticks the landing, there's no way this isn't the best arc in My Hero. So much setup from the beginning of the series is being paid off in this arc. Like, this is why, the reason why, like, if anyone who knows that this is not the final arc, but the reason why some people are, like, being like, dude, is this the final arc, is because of how much payoff that has been built up since the beginning of the series is happening now. Everything the series is built up is coming full circle in this one arc. Like pretty much every arc in the show since the beginning has some moment or some element to it that is coming up in this arc. It is insane. And the way that Horikoshi is just able to handle this is so amazing. And, like, it's hard to think. Like I said, obviously he still has to stick the landing. We can't jump ahead of ourselves. It's hard to see the series reaching a higher point than this, for me. And even if the ending is crazy and all, like, I think the thing that's okay. So it's kind of hard to form my words because, like, I'm still just a little taken aback. But if this arc ends with the villains winning and the heroes retreating, I think for me on a personal level, it's going to be a little hard to top, like, even with the end arc. Because even if the end arc, you know, finishes off everything, I think part of why this arc is so crazy is because we're actually getting a moment where we're not sure if the heroes can win or not. Like, we're pretty convinced that the villains are even winning, but there's still, like, a little hope. Whereas at the end of the series, no matter how intense it gets, we always are gonna have in the back of my mind like, well, the heroes are winning at the end of the day. You know what I mean? But that's why this arc is so crazy, is because so much crazy shit is happening that we just can't predict. Like, I don't like the Bakugo stuff at the end. I did see someone talking about that last week. Like, imagine Bakugo having a moment where his body moved on his own and he had to protect Deku, and I was like, holy shit, like that actually came true. God, I love this series. Oh my god. I honestly just can't like form like the correct like words right now. So I think I'm just gonna end the video here. Hey, so if you made it to this point in the video, it looked like I was about to end, but I'm actually editing the video right now. Since reading the chapter, there was one little like small theory thing I wanted to throw at you guys, and I want to put it here just so I have evidence to be like, oh, I thought of this in case it does happen. It's a bit unrelated to what happened in the chapter, but it was with how the ending happened that made me trigger this thought in my mind. Because as we were talking about, I definitely think the villains are winning this arc. And my thing in my head was, before reading the chapters, I was like, okay, so how is everyone getting out? Because I was like, if they push, once Gigantomachia comes in, that's like going to be the moment where they're probably going to have to flee. And originally in my head, I'm like, Deku is going to be so broken up that Bakugo is gonna, like, Deku's not gonna have a choice. Like, Bakugo is gonna have to get him out of there. But as you see at the end of the chapter, Bakugo's fucked up, Endeavor's fucked up, Deku's gonna be fucked up. The only people that aren't fucked up are Manuel, Rocklock, and Todoroki. Let's be honest, Manuel and Rocklock can't really do anything, like, especially if Gigantomachia shows up. Shoto is the only one right now that can kind of do something. And I mean, like, he's strong, but I mean, against when everyone shows up, even if it's just, like, I'm still under the impression that once Gigantomachia gets there, he's actually going to pass out from the drug. But that still leaves Dabi, Compress, Toga, and them. And I honestly don't think Shoto is going to be able to handle it, especially if Toga has some of Twice's blood. Or another thing that I thought of is, what if she actually gets some of Gigantomachia's blood? Because she doesn't even have to really use his quirk. She just transforms into his big-ass, like, body. And, like, could go crazy. So where this is all leading, I'm a little rambling a bit, was I was thinking, I'm like, bro, like, now that Bakugo's out, he was like their main mobility. In my mind, I was like how are they supposed to retreat? Because potentially, and like behind Gigantomachia is also Liberation members. Potentially Redestron, Gaten could also be on the way. So like I don't see the way the heroes are winning. But I'm really, like, thinking, I'm like, how the fuck are they supposed to get out of there? And it dawned on me, I'm like, like, I really think it's weird because pretty much everyone in 1A, like, on the other side, had, like, kind of a role to play. Except for the people that are evacuating right now. Mainly Ida, Tsuyu, and Uraraka. They've had they had a little bit of a moment, like, rescuing the people from the decay, but it feels, especially with those characters, especially Ida and Ochako. I love Tsuyu too, but I mean, Ida and Ochako have been set up as more main characters than her. Haven't really done too much story wise, and I think that's intentional on Horikoshi's part, because I think what my theory is that basically, it's going to be like the moment where Bakugo's basically done for, Deku's done for, Endeavor's either dead or done for. And before, like, they could be killed or some big move, I think the rest of the mainly those three kids and maybe some of the sidekicks are, like Burnin or whatever, if they're not still busy dealing with the Nomu, will come in. And specifically, the reason why is I could see it in my mind. Like, I could see the scene playing out where Ida, like, dashes in, maybe even, like, if Shigaraki's about to do something, kicks Shigaraki, right? And then I could just see, if you've seen Heroes Rising, this is very slight spoiler. I swear this isn't, like, a ginormous spoiler. It's very, very, very slight. There's a scene where, like, Tsuyu and Uraraka have, like, a quick thing where they're I'm even being vague. I won't even say who it is. They're rescuing someone, and when they rescue, it's like a quick, they jump in and they make these people float, and then Tsuyu grabs them with a tongue. And I was like, what if like Ida comes in, kind of gives off like a minor distraction. Meanwhile, Ochako comes in, taps up everyone, makes them float. All the people, all of our main people that are there on the battlefield. Tsuyu wraps a bunch of them up in her tongue. Maybe even Ochako has one in her arm or gets one with the thing. And then as soon as they got everyone, just they like attach to Ida, and then Ida just blitzes out of there. I could even see I could see the scene of like Shigaraki going for one last massive decay, and just Ida running from the decay with everyone like strapped onto him, because they'll be weightless because of Ochako's quirk. I could see the scene in my head, and it seems like something that Horikoshi would do, because I really don't see a way that the villains retreat, because even if Shigaraki is stopped, right? Even if Shigaraki's passed out, can't do shit. Let's just say it's just the league members, like the few that are there on Gigantomaki's back. As I already established, the army's right behind Gigantomaki running. They're not going to be able to take on all those people. Not to mention, like I said, potentially Redestro and Gaten, if they got out of their... Because we're not really sure their situation, because they were like not really in the vicinity of where Gigantomachia was, so they might have still be dealing with that. But if they win their if they win their respective fights, Gaten and Cementos and Redestro and Edshot, those two, especially against, because Deku after this thing with Shigaraki's done, like he can't do shit. I love Deku, but he can't do shit. Bakugo's gonna be fucked up. Like I said, Shoto right now is their best bet. He already had Dabi, Gaten is basically Shoto's right there. Like that's his direct competition. But then Redestro, like I really hope Redestro actually comes in, because that man, like, he is probably the third strongest member in the league, if we're being honest. Like Twice was like probably the third strongest, maybe the strongest because of like his quirk, and then obviously sadly he passed away. But Redestro, like if you go back and look at NBA, like the whole thing with his legs happened, but bro, like he hasn't busted out Claustro, that might come back. But even not then, it's like with all this stress going on, imagine he sees like Shigaraki down, bro. Fucking one swipe and buildings are done. Like the heroes can't come back from this. I don't see it. Like I really don't see it. Like the only, and I did have this thought, the only thing that could potentially stop the villains right now, in my opinion, is if there was like a secondary backup on the way. And what I mean by that is, I know like some people were talking about, specifically Aniki was talking about, that he refuses to believe that Shiketsu has no part to play in this war, like Inasa and stuff. Like, and even if they show up, even if like Shiketsu people show up, or like some other heroes, unless, because they've made this whole thing of how there's no heroes in the cities because they're all pretty much on this job, and I just don't see it happening. Like even if fucking off-screen Mirio got his power back and hopped in right now, what is he gonna do? Like, yeah, he could take out a bunch of them, but he by himself can't solo all of them. Like the majority of the heroes are in rough shape, and the ones that aren't in rough shape aren't enough. I just don't see it happening. But anyways, that's my little ramble here at the end, and I'll see you guys next week.